What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Figure It Out of the Basement's Black Series Talk Show. I'm Nate, joined with Justin.
What's up, guys?
And today we are going to be discussing all of the news and reveals from this most recent Hasbro Pulse fan live stream thingy.
Fanstream.
Yeah, Fanstream. This past Wednesday, they did have a stream, so there was some new TVC and Black Series reveals. And before we get into our bread and butter that is the Black Series, don't forget to hit like, subscribe if you're new, and it's time for a little TVC minute. So most of you know that I was a pretty big TVC collector for about 2 years or so, but recently with the rising prices, cuts have to be made. TVC is unfortunately one of those. I'm going to pick up the here and there figures, so coverage of TVC is honestly probably going to decrease on the channel, even though it's pretty much non-existent now.
Yeah.
But still, there were some great reveals today, so I'm just going to quickly rifle them all off and give some brief thoughts here and there on a couple. So starting off, for the 40th anniversary of Return of the Jedi, there is going to be a Darth Vader with a removable helmet, which looks fantastic.
Yes, it does.
Gives me great hope for the Black Series re-release.
I mean, I might be picking up another TVC Vader like I did with Kenobi. I'm definitely tempted.
We've got Admiral Piet as well with the correct Return of the Jedi rank plate.
Like that.
We're also getting a repack of the Weequay, which is very exciting. That's definitely going to be a pickup for me. I need a TVC Weequay for the Jabba's Palace display. And some non-Return of the Jedi stuff. We also have Clone Captain Hauser, who is just the same figure that was already released, now with the correct name. We're also getting an Andor Phase 2 Clone Trooper, which looks amazing. We are getting a 2/12 4-pack, which is going to have just Waxer in it and not Boyle.
Yeah, and having a named clone and then a bunch of other grunts in a 4-pack.
Okay. And Star Killer is also getting a re-release as well, which is very exciting because that is one of the most expensive vintage collection figures, so great to see that coming back out. And then as for the pipeline, there is going to be a Book of Boba Fett Luke, an Obi-Wan and Battle Damaged Vader 2-pack, which I'm very excited to see what this looks like. Because I would love to have a Battle Damaged Vader in Black Series form.
Yes.
We're also getting a Scout Speeder Bike from The Mandalorian, something us Black Series collectors have had for a while. Way to finally catch up, vintage collection. And lastly, they just snuck this one in here, no fanfare at all, but the Mando's N1 Starfighter.
Yep. No HasLab, it's just the vehicle.
Yep, it's just going to be a regular standard vehicle, so.
Congrats, TVC fans. You guys got a lot of cool stuff.
Yeah, definitely TVC, once again, wins this live stream.
As they, always do.
At least have been for the past few live streams, which really makes it confusing when you see all the balance the scale comments, because you're like, if anything, TVC is getting mountains of love right now.
We need to unbalance those scales. Let's get into the bread and butter of Out of the Basement. It's the Black Series, Nate. First, let's talk about some 40th Return of the Jedi stuff.
Yes.
If you guys didn't know, when Return of the Jedi was, first getting created and coming out, it was initially going to be called Revenge of the Jedi. They even made a poster for it, and that's what the Star Wars Celebration Con exclusive is going to be. It's like this Darth Vader Revenge of the Jedi nostalgia gimmicky.
Oh yeah,
it's not even a Kenner thing necessarily, it's just a Revenge of the Jedi inspired deco on the Vader. It's
based on the poster, so the figure has like a reddish tint to it. It's actually molded in a dark red plastic, and the cape is like a dark red as well. It looks like it's going to be the Empire Strikes Back body with virtually no tweaks to make it look anything like the Return of the Jedi one. But I think ultimately what this figure set is supposed to be is just something fun and gimmicky.
Yeah, it comes with the poster as well, and it even comes with a little stand for the poster. They didn't really show it in that great of detail in the video, but yeah, that's a part of it as well. And like I said, this is the con exclusive. I think it's perfectly fine. It's an easy pass.
Yeah.
It's gonna probably be pretty expensive because it's the con exclusive, But B, people would be pissed either way. Like if it was a super desirable figure that they made a convention exclusive, they're kind of harder to get, although they've made it a little bit easier lately. I will say, I think this nostalgia concept gimmick is far better than credit collection, carbonized, etc. Like I think this is way better.
Because again, at least it's based on something.
It's from something. It was an idea. So easy pass. I think you're gonna pass as well.
Yeah.
But it's the con exclusive, so there's literally no reason to be upset. You just skip the con exclusive, no big deal.
Yep. We also finally got to see the Endor Commando, which looks fantastic. I think it is going to be an incredible release, but it is unfortunately a deluxe figure.
Yeah, we've known this one was going to be deluxe, and I think that sort of hyped it up because it's like, okay, Hoth Rebel Soldier wasn't deluxe. This is virtually not the same exact figure. It is a new sculpt. It's a slightly different costume, but it's like the same idea of trooper design. So I think it was just hyped up because we knew it was deluxe. So when it's virtually the same figure coming with both blasters, both unpainted, same thing with Hoth Rebel Soldier, 2 faceplates, same thing with Hoth Rebel Soldier. I mean, is the camo really worthy of deluxe? Absolutely not. The pants do look great. Fantastic looking figure. Like, it looks excellent. But nowhere near worthy deluxe price.
Yeah, I definitely think they could have done a lot more. When you watch Return of the Jedi, you see all the Endor rebels. So many of them have like legitimately different costumes, like different bits, different pieces, and all we get with this is a removable backpack and a removable bandolier as well, as far as customization options go.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Like, the customization and the options of the Hoth Rebel Soldier infinitely more than the Endor, because not only did you have the different faces, they also cover their faces by either the goggles, the handkerchief, or both. Endor Rebel Soldiers don't cover their faces, so you don't even get that much variety compared to the Hoth. It's like, for deluxe, I feel like they could have included an additional faceplate.
Yep.
Like, maybe have a little more diversity, like I said in the Discord, like the black gentleman that you see in the film. Maybe get a little more diversity with your Endor Rebels. Or they could have included maybe an alternate, like, alien head sculpt, kind of like the modern Battlefront games.
Yeah.
Or they could have at least included, like, the camo cloak.
Right. The cloak or the jacket or just some new sculpted bits and pieces, because there's other troopers that have different straps and bags and things that are hanging off of them.
So you virtually... It's not even an army builder. You get 2 looks.
Yeah. Now, I really, really hope, and this hasn't been confirmed yet, I think it's going to work, but you never know with Hasbro. If the faceplates can swap between Hoth and Endor, that will genuinely make me feel better about it being an army builder.
Yeah, because then you would at least get 4.
Right.
Because again, it's just, they don't cover their faces, so it's like, the Hoth Rebel Soldier had so much more options and customization and variety, so I'm like, they needed to add a little more to spice this one up. The way they blended the camo on the pants looks amazing. Like, I love it. It's a great looking figure. Both head faceplates are great. Old Man Rex / Nick Sant.
Yep.
But I think it is a Tim Morrison likeness to it a little bit.
You think so?
I saw some comments saying that. Not 100% sure, but it's an excellent looking figure. As just like a Hoth Rebel Soldier, yeah, it delivers. It looks great. But is it like $8 more great?
Right. and yeah, like, not really. So ultimately, though, the figure does look incredible. So we're still picking this one up. But
they just needed to spice it up a bit more.
Yeah, it was just kind of like we had an idea in our head, like, oh, it's going to be a deluxe figure, so it's probably going to be something like, Cal Kestis or Nolan Cheel. And instead, we just get the same thing that was a standard figure just 3 years ago.
Yeah. I know there's slightly more paint on
but
the Endor, but there is paint on the Hoth Rebel Soldier 2.
Right. So, yeah, it's unfortunate, but again, being huge Black Series collectors, Star Wars fans, wanting an Endor Commando, I still think ultimately I'm willing to pay that deluxe price, even though I don't believe this is a deluxe figure for a second.
Same. I'm buying 2 for sure, but I bought a lot more of the Hoth, so
Yep.
if that's any indicator. Moving on to the 20th Clone Wars stuff. This is where I'm going to get even more pissed.
Justin's on a roll today.
They revealed Jesse, and at first I was like, oh shit, it's Jesse. Like, it looks great. And then I noticed the fin. And if you guys don't know, they released the Vintage Collection Jesse like almost 3 years ago at this point. I think it came out in 2020. And it has the fin, like the ARC Trooper fin that they normally have.
And the rangefinder.
Yes, and the rangefinder, but particularly with Jesse, even all the way up to Season 7, which is the screenshot you'll see right here. It's just the regular, like, I don't even know what you would call the top of a clone trooper.
Yeah, it's just a regular Phase 2 clone trooper helmet.
Yeah, essentially. There's no fin, and I genuinely think this is, like, almost unforgivable.
Yeah.
Because why can't they just use a Phase 2 helmet that they have? Like, they don't even have to retool anything. This isn't like a retool. It's just a minor kit bash. ARC Trooper body. Give him the head. Head looks great. Put a regular Phase 2 helmet on it. And give it the Jesse paint apps.
Right.
Like, why did they do this? Everyone has been pissed about that TVC figure. And they make the same mistake twice?
Right.
2 or 3 years later?
Right.
Like, are you kidding me, guys?
It'd be one thing if the TVC figure, like, came out, you know, a month ago or, like, a couple months ago or whatever, and you'd be like, oh, they made them at the same time, you know, that makes sense. But to have that much information for so many years and to just do nothing, because realistically, what I think happened with Jesse is that they just simply took the easy route, because
You don't say.
yeah, because hear me out, Justin. The Phase 2 Clone Trooper helmet always comes glued on an unpainted clone head. So there's probably a good chance that whatever during the factory process is that is all made together, and they can't do just the helmet or just the head. So they probably have to do it all together. So they took the easy route out because the ARC Trooper helmet is already removable. So they're probably just use that mold. It's the easy route. It's not great, because I definitely think it wouldn't have been that hard for them to just give us a removable Phase 2 clone helmet.
I'm quitting the channel. This is something so little. I know a lot of people will probably not think it's a big deal, but it's just the fact, it's the principle that it's so easy.
For sure.
They have it.
For sure.
They have the helmet. Why? Can't they just put in 1% more effort and get an infinitely better figure?
Right. And it's not like they couldn't do more Phase 2 clones in the future with removable plain Phase 2 helmets. Like, they could do all the commanders again that just have a regular Phase 2 helmet. Like,
I mean, there's tons of 501st characters that are just in the 501st Legion, but they wear regular helmets.
right. So it's like,
And it's not even like it's a different peg or this. It's hollow. That thing is hollow.
right. It's literally just one of those things where they just were like, oh, the easy route is to just already use this one that's already removable, which is unfortunate. And then to make matters even worse, Justin, we haven't even talked about the next part about this figure that is unfortunate. It's a Walmart exclusive.
Yeah, which we called it. We knew all these Clone Wars stuff that is mainly reuse is going to be exclusive.
Yeah.
They usually don't waste mainline slots, usually with, you know, heavy reuse or repaints and stuff like that. They're usually exclusive. It's fine. I'm sure we're going to get it. We haven't really had issues with exclusives all of last year, really.
Right. Yeah. But still, there is always that little bit of fear in your heart.
Well, because it's Walmart.
Right.
And Walmart is one of the worst places you can ever go.
But hey, thankfully, since this figure is going to be in plastic-free packaging, I don't care if they ship it in a bubble mailer. Put it in the bubble.
Now they're going to do it nice, padded, bubble-wrapped box.
It's going to be a huge box with like the Big Bad Toy Store, nice premium quality bubble wrap. Literally hand delivered on a silver platter to you now that it's plastic free. But
I don't want to waste too much time on Jesse, but I do think this is the thing that made me upset the most, because it's just the principle of they literally have the tool, they have the sculpt work. It's not even like a retool. It's not even like different bits like the Phase 2 Purge Trooper, how they had to make a new helmet and a little bit of bits and stuff.
Right.
This is a 100% reuse thing. It's like, how do you mess that up? How do you mess up something that is 100% reuse?
I don't know, but clearly they have found a way.
I mean, you found a way. You never cease to amaze me and impress me.
Life finds a way.
And it's like, it's us. We're the basement shills, Nate.
I know.
We love Daddy Hasbro. We blindly consume everything they do, even though we pass on so much stuff. And it's like, it's us.
Right.
And I'm this upset. So you know something is up. And I'm still buying it. And I'm a hypocrite. You can comment that. But it's a Finn. And it's like, of course I'm getting ARC Trooper Jesse.
It's because...
You can display him without the helmet.
Right. And ultimately, it's close enough. It's still ARC Trooper Jesse. Mm-hmm. Whether he's got the Finn and the rangefinder or not. So...
Yeah, I forgot about the rangefinder. He doesn't have a range. Why are they wasting plastic?
Yeah, he doesn't have.
Why are you wasting plastic?
He doesn't have a rangefinder. So,
but yeah, I am still picking it up
for sure
because it's literally Clone Wars Jesse. Yep. I mean, of course, it's just the Finn and the rangefinder, which you can remove the rangefinder,
but there's nothing wrong with a little nitpicky rant every once in a while.
Yeah, you can still criticize it and buy it.
Listen,
do whatever you guys want.
Let me raise your spirits here a little bit, because we do have another character that is from the same era, but this will be in presumably non-Clone Wars packaging, because Eric did specifically say live action appearance.
Yeah.
This is Ki-Adi-Mundi.
And it looks great. It's a 100% new sculpt, so just like that, they raised my spirits, and I'm like, oh, a prequel Jedi, that's a 100% new sculpt.
And he looks incredible.
Yep.
Great details. I also really like Eric's little cryptic, at least I'm interpreting it as a cryptic hint, because he said something along the lines of, it's always great to have a brand new Jedi mold, especially a master. So I'm like, what does that mean?
Which is weird, because Plo Koon, he's a Jedi Master.
Right.
I mean, we've had Jedi Masters. I'm like...
But maybe that means...
But it is oddly specific to say Jedi Master.
Right. Oddly specific. So I was like, oh, interesting.
Yeah, but he looks great. They always kill it with alien, like, head sculpts and details and everything.
Yeah, no cloak, which honestly don't care at this point.
I'm over it.
I'm past it.
I'm over it. He's going to be in an action pose anyway.
The only Jedi Black Series figure that I display with the cloak on is Plo Koon, which is because...
The cloak is great on that one.
And you rarely ever see Plo Koon without the cloak on. Mm-hmm. So it's one of those things where I'm fine with it. This is going to be a fan channel exclusive, which, hey, that's fine with me. Super easy to get. That's like Big Bad Toy Store, Entertainment Earth, GameStop, Amazon.
Quick side note, no pre-orders on any of this stuff. They just said look for it on shore. Look for it on the shore, the sandy shore. Look for it on store shelves.
Yeah.
Sometime soon. Except for ARC Trooper Jesse, the Walmart exclusive, the pre-order will go up on March 16th. But for everything else, there's just no pre-order, I guess.
Yeah, it's really
really strange.
I've
also heard that they might be waiting for pre-orders to where it's like closer to the actual release date. Maybe they're responding to criticisms that the release dates are like super far out compared to when you pre-order. Either way, I'm down. I'll just pre-order whenever. I mean, not a big deal.
It seems like things are pretty much back to normal, as they said that, the Endor Commando and a couple of the other figures are going to be out in the summertime.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so just no pre-order information at this time or pricing information either.
Right.
Like no pricing. I don't know. Maybe we'll...
And just to finish up on Ki-Adi-Mundi, we also do not know which prequel packaging he will be in.
I think he said Attack of the Clones.
Oh.
Because he said, Eric specifically said, both from Attack of the Clones and Clone Wars, but this won't be part of the Clone Wars.
Okay.
I'm like, he's also in Revenge of the Sith.
Right.
But they specifically said Attack of the Clones, so I would predict the red box of Attack of the Clones that should have been white, because it's the Attack of the Clones. We're also getting, Nate, I know you're hyped, and I'm hyped. And this looks great. We're ending on a positive note, and then we'll briefly talk about the pipeline. But the Scout Trooper helmet, the roleplay item, looks awesome.
Yeah, this is something we've been waiting for a long time, and I think they absolutely delivered. This will 100% be my second helmet.
Yeah.
Scout Trooper is my favorite Stormtrooper design, period. Love that helmet. Ever since a kid playing Battlefront, and they're the sniper in those games, it's like the Scout Troopers have always been like the coolest troopers to me. Even if in the movie they're portrayed as like serious blundering idiots, like even more so than regular Stormtroopers.
Yeah, I mean, that may be true. But I agree. I've always loved the Scout Trooper helmet design. And that was one Imperial where I'm like, if they ever do a helmet, I got my regular Stormtrooper, got my Vader recently, if you saw that stream. But yeah, I'll be picking up the Scout as well. And I love how the front, kind of like Ezra.
Right. Yeah, because I think that was like introduced in Rebels.
Yeah, or something. Like the front opens up. So if you ever get stuck in your Scout Trooper helmet,
you'll
get your emergency breathing in by just lifting up.
They even have the chin strap, which I'm just like, yes. Yeah. Like, perfect.
So that looks great. But again, no pre-order information, no pricing information at this time.
But it's a helmet, so it's going to be easy as pie to get.
Yeah, right. And then there was some pipeline stuff. A little bit of a mixed bag for me. We got Luke and Grogu build-up pack from the Book of Boba Fett. Another Luke, another Grogu. I'm over this. Can we please stop? Make it stop. If
Luke is in the ninja costume, I'm in.
All right.
Because his costume is slightly different in those scenes in Book of Boba Fett.
I suppose.
So we'll have to see. Also, okay, it depends on price and it depends on what it comes with too.
Yeah, because why are they calling it a build-up pack?
Right, like what did they do in those scenes?
What are they gonna build?
Are they gonna give the the chain mail?
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. But we're also getting Darth Malgus.
Amazing, incredible.
Which is gonna be a deluxe, so I'm sure people are gonna be upset about that.
Right, because the only reason he's going to be deluxe is because he's big, but unfortunately, I think Malgus is like the same size as Vader, so he's not like that big.
And it'll be a unique sculpt that they probably won't be able to get reuse out of, so it's like deluxe. That's just the new thing. There's no parameter for deluxe.
It definitely seems like pretty much any time there's an excuse to call it a deluxe, they're just gonna slap deluxe on it. And
because what's he coming with? His lightsaber?
He's gonna have lightsaber and a soft goods cape. That's what he's gonna come with.
We're also getting a repaint of the Phase 2 clone helmet roleplay item. It's going to be the Ahsoka Loyalist, the 332nd. It's an alright choice, but I would have preferred just the straight-up 501st or a Coruscant Guard.
Yeah, I'm curious to see how the paint apps are going to look, because damn well they're just painting over that black line. They're not going to switch out the colored plastic. I don't think.
Yeah, that's a good point. What would they...
Because it's colored plastic. It's not paint on the helmet. Of course, so I feel like they're going to just paint over it and it's not going to look great. But we'll have to wait and see. And that is everything that was revealed today on the stream. Again, TVC smashed Black Series into oblivion.
Why are they pipelining things when they haven't revealed previously pipelined items?
The pipe is getting long. The pipe is getting very long.
That's a Mario pipe at this point.
Yeah.
It's like... And Ki-Adi-Mundi was in the same pipeline graphic as the newly sculpted Din and Black Chrysanthemum.
Right.
But then they just revealed Ki-Adi-Mundi?
Yeah.
What about all the other stuff that you guys have pipelined? All the way back in, like, July?
Yeah. Surprised we didn't see Bad Batch Season 2 repaints.
No Return of the Jedi Wave 3?
Right. I'm like starting to think, I'm like, are they actually not going to do Bad Batch Season 2 repaints? Because you'd think they'd want to announce that while the show's on.
Yeah.
But I don't know. who knows? But
still, definitely a mixed bag. There's
Yeah.
some things that I'm excited for and I'm gonna pick up, but then there's just like these little Jesse's fin. Mm-hmm. Jesse's fin really got under my skin, more so than the Endor Commando being deluxe, which is an issue, but that fin it got to me.
It did. You were raging hard in the group chat earlier, but
it's just so easy.
Yeah. I think, still Endor Commando looks great. Can't wait to pick it up. Jesse looks pretty good for the most part. Still gonna pick that one.
I
up.
like the paint on his face, like the actual face.
Yeah, it's there's
Kiadi Mundi looks amazing.
Right, there's some great stuff today, but yeah, TVC just got so much love. I was just like, where's all the Black Series stuff?
We need to unbalance those scales, baby.
Let's unbalance those scales. And that's all we have for you today. Hopefully you enjoyed. If you did, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe if you are new. We're always talking about Star Wars The Black Series here on the channel. If you'd like to support us in a more direct manner, we do also offer a channel membership, as well as a small collection of merch. There are links for everything in the description of this video. Special thank you and big shout out to our current channel members, though. Your continued support is truly appreciated. And thank you to everyone else out there for watching. I'm Nate, joined with Justin.
See you guys later.
And we'll see you next time on Out of the Basement.